So I just want to say congratulations, you guys, for literally being willing to show up to learn something new that can radically change your life. I've been doing this for 13 months, had no experience, and came to this online space. Um, Stressed out, burnt out, and broken, needing a way for someone to show me like how to actually make a legit income here. And I didn't have time to create anything. I didn't have time to start from scratch. So this is something that's really helped me. And I tend to get some common questions all the time. So this is really here to help you all. So what I want to do is there's two ways you can ask questions here. You can drop it in the chat. So if you're on your phone or on your computer, it just says chat. You can type your question in there and I'll be checking it. Or you can click the react button, which is at the bottom of your screen if you're on your phone, okay, or on your computer. Just click the react button. It has a heart there. And if you click on that, it will say raise hand. Click on it and we'll show it in the top corner for me. And then we'll have time to have questions as well, okay? But first I want to answer like the top 3 questions that I get. But I would love for you to tell me in the chat, let me know, where did you come across me? Was it on FB, YouTube, TikTok? I love seeing where people find me and connect and tell me in the comments, like, what was the biggest thing for you? Why did you want to learn more about this? Like, where are you currently at and what are you wanting it to do for you? Because this will help me with be able to guide you and answer questions for you too, okay? But I'm not going to keep you here all day, guys. It's Thursday, you guys. I want to make sure you guys get to have your day, but I really want to get these questions answered for you. And the top question I get is, Carrie, like, how do I get to make 100% profit if I'm not creating anything? That's the biggest one. That's the question I had because I had found this on Facebook. My friend, whose name is Carrie as well, she had posted about her watching her friend make 40 grand in 2 months. With digital marketing, that it was 90% done for you, a 2-hour workday, 100% profit, top seller is $900. And I was like, okay, I need this. I was broke. I was in desperate need of trying to get extra income coming in, and I didn't want to have to go get another 9 to 5. So I had messaged her and asked her, and she's like, well, yeah, you make 100% profit. And I was like, well, how do you do that if you don't have to create your own products? And she had shared with me, she's like, well, it's because the company gives you a fully pre-built website and system, and you pay $39 for it. And then you get the program and the resale rights. So you make 100%, the company makes $39 for the website. I was like, holy cow. So I don't have to build websites. I don't have to build sales systems. I don't have to create any products. Like, it's already done. And I pay you $39 for the website and a one time for my program so I can learn the skills to market it. I was like, okay. So that's the thing. I didn't know this business model existed. But if you think about it, it's been around for decades. Like, Verizon Wireless has built, I think it's actually a $17 billion company, and they built a $17 billion business off of selling other people's products. They're like, why should I create my own cell phone when Apple sells like crazy? I'll just get the resale rights. So they sell other people's cell phones, and they have a $17 billion company. So it's been around for a long time. Now, when you have master resale rights, that's MRR. This is how you make 100% profit because you invest one time, just like a franchise, okay? And now it's yours, okay? And so you're able to sell it and people can purchase from you and you make 100% profit every time, okay? Now, the company makes the money from the website, right? Because they do it for you. So you don't have to worry about tech. You don't have to create any funnels or automations or anything. Now, you can learn the skills inside the program and in our community of how to create your own digital products or course or whatever you want. Because we show you step-by-step how to do it, how to automate it, how to scale it. So if people want to do that, take their expertise and create their own stuff, we'll totally show you, right? But you still make 100% profit, right? So there's that question I get. Because you don't have to, when you have master resale rights, you are able to resell and make 100% profit, just like Verizon Wireless, okay? Number 2 question I get is the 2-hour work day real? Can you really just work 2 hours and actually make a full-time income here? The short answer is yes. Now, if you're anything like me, I was raised to believe that hard work equaled a lot of money, or you'll make good money by working hard. And so that's all I ever knew. So the idea that I could come here and be able to get my income earning activities done in 2 hours a day did not seem real to me. It sounded great, but I'm like, how is that possible? Like, I'm so used to working 8, 10, 12, 14-hour days. How am I going to work 2 hours and pay my bills? when I could barely pay my bills working 3 different things. And so that was a hard concept for me. But see, this program, the coaching, the skills, the strategies was created around being able to master getting your income earning activities done in 2 hours a day in the pockets of your day. Because the creator of this, Michelle, she was a single mom of 6 kids, 5 grandkids. She needed something she could fit around and still be present with her children and grandchildren. She was used to network marketing where she would have to be glued to her phone all day. She didn't want to do that. So when you go to a 9 to 5, right? You have tasks you need to complete during your workday. There's nothing different here with having your own business, right? So the 2-hour workday is possible. Now, it might take you 3 hours in the beginning because you're learning something new. Does that make sense? So it took me probably closer to 3 hours. Actually, since then, probably more closer to 2.5 hours in the beginning. I kept trying to do more and more because I didn't feel worthy enough just to work 2 hours and be able to make money. Okay. So I try to overcomplicate a system that was already proven to work. So I will say this. When I first started, I took about an hour to create my 3 pieces of content. Because remember, the 2-hour workdays, you're taking 20 to 30 minutes to create 3 short videos and post them on whatever social media platform you want to use. I personally use TikTok because it's short form, it's simple. You can train the algorithm very easily and they find your customers for you. Okay. I don't friend request people. I don't follow people unless they ask. Like, I don't DM people. I don't chase people, no sales calls, because we teach you a skill called attraction marketing. So you're here because you saw me on social media, right? And you heard me and I shared my story. I shared part of my journey, where I was at, what I've experienced, right? And you connected with that. That's called attraction marketing. You were attracted to my story, right? You got to know me, decided if you liked me, and if you could trust that what I have is a solution to your problem. That's why you're here right now. You're like, is this really a solution? Can I really do this? Is it really legit? So you're here learning, right? That's what I'm saying. The 2-hour workday is you creating the content. The content gets exposure and helps you get your offer discovered. So social media is to get your business discovered. Okay. Your emails are what do the selling for you. Okay. So this is the thing. Your 2 hours, you're spending 20 to 30 minutes to create those 3 short videos, a 5 to 7 second video, a 30 second, a 45 second to maybe a minute. That's less than 5 minutes total. It'll probably take you about 20 to 30 minutes to get out of your head and record these. Okay. And we'll give you the exact blueprint of how to do it, the framework, the recipe for creating content. Okay. And all you do is focus on getting 1% better doing it. Your first videos, you can't expect them to be winners. Mine sucked in the beginning because I was learning something new. And I knew the more I practiced and more I understood my message, my story, and how to share it, the better I would get. So I just followed the training. I followed the coaching and just kept practicing, right? So your content is one. Now, in the beginning, I couldn't go live. I wasn't even on TikTok yet. I was on Facebook. And so I did a method we teach you as well for 30 minutes. It's called copy and pasting of free ads. So we give you the copy, right? And we give you the websites to go to that are high traffic classified ads or websites that you post these free ads on. And it helps get exposure. It also grows your social media account because you post a video that you've already created. And it also grows your email list, right? So the bigger your email list gets, the bigger your income gets, okay? And so all you're focusing on is getting better with your content so people are engaging and asking for information, which then you send them to your email where all the follow-up happens so they get more information, okay? And then that eventually will turn into income. So the copy and paste free ads is just another way to get exposure. So once I got onto TikTok and I was able to go live, I stopped doing the 30 minutes of copy and pasting of those free ads, and I spent 30 minutes going live, okay? Because I knew live was where it was at. Live is where I'm going to be able to meet people and connect and be able to ask questions and get to know them and build relationships, okay? Also where you're going to grow your following and you're going to grow your email list, okay? Remember, email equals income, okay? That's the biggest part, is email equals income. So with your 2-hour workday, again, your activities you're doing, the content, the going live or copy and pasting free ads, those are to help you grow your email list. This is getting exposure. This is your marketing, okay? So the third part of your workday is you're plugging into the training in your program, okay? And like I said, I will show you guys the program too if you guys want me to do that at the end. And the program, okay, is where you're getting on Zoom calls, you have tech support, you have the trainings to follow to set up your system of how to create your content, understanding who your perfect customers, everything you need to build a wildly successful business online, whether you're using the master resale rights, whether you're creating your own programs, or whether you're using the education in the program to learn how to attract more customers to your existing business. The training is where it's at. You're fine, my friend. I have you guys on mute right now when I'm doing this, but if you have questions, drop them in the chat, or you can click on that react button, okay, and raise your hand, and then I'll come to questions in just a second. I'm kind of covering the top 3 questions I get, and they may answer your questions already. If not, we're going to have Q&A at the end, okay? So I was just breaking down the 2-hour workday because a lot of people ask, like, is it really possible just to work 2 hours? You can choose to work more. You can choose to add another social media account in, right? And that might add 30 minutes to your day, okay? Because you might be creating organic or original content versus repurposing. Does that make sense? But in the beginning, you're not doing that. You're focusing on one platform. You are learning how to master your message on that platform. And you know you've mastered it because people are responding and engaging in your content, and they're going into your email. That's when you know, ooh, okay, I got this. Now you just double down on your message, and you just keep saying it over and over and over again in slightly different ways. Because you're meeting people, new people are finding you every single day on social media, okay? So that's the big thing. The 2-hour workday is creating your content for 20 to 30 minutes, 3 short pieces. Again, we give you the recipe. Doing the copy and paste free ads for 30 minutes or going live, okay? 3, plugging in for 30 minutes to the training inside the program. Getting plugged into the community. We have daily videos that are like 2 to 7 minutes from our mentor to help you take an actionable step every day to help you grow. Okay, 2 to 5 minutes. That's nothing, right? And it's an action step. This is not a class where you're meant to just come in and learn and learn and learn and consume. This is where you were to come in, you learn, and then you go and take action. Because you just learning is not going to produce income. It's not going to produce impact for anybody, right? So that's the big thing. So that the program is where you're learning. You're able to jump and get support, plug into the community and ask questions and be able to get additional trainings in there, jump on live calls that we have, okay? The last part of the workday is you're taking 10 to 15 minutes and you're engaging on social media, right? Which means you're commenting on content. You're going on somebody's live to show them love, because you want the platform to know you're an engaged user, so they push out your content. Then you're going to respond to comments and emails that you get. That's it. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. That's your 2 hours. Now, the only other thing I add in now is I send out at least a weekly email. Okay, they have my automated emails that are already set up for me that go out for the first 30 days. And I usually send at least 1, sometimes 2 emails out to my people to check in, to share stories, right? To keep loving on them and nurturing them. And that might take me maybe 5 to 7 minutes for the week. Okay, but that I didn't start doing until I got the other part down. Okay, so that's your 2 hours. Now, the third question I always get is, how long will it take to get set up and be able to make money? Okay, now this is the thing. I will never guarantee when you'll make money and how much you'll make. I can't. I'm not you. I'm not in your head. I'm not doing the work. I don't know if you're showing up. I don't know if you're trying to reinvent the wheel, right? So this is the thing. How long it takes to set up. I personally, literally, I had my phone and I was watching the setup videos inside the program, because it gives you videos and everything. It shows you literally, visually, how to set everything up. So your website and the domain are connected. You attach your payment gateways to your website so you get paid directly. So we walk you through that little setup. That's like 10% of tech, if you will. But you're shown how to do it. Now, you can pay for done-for-you tech services. I didn't. I wanted to see if this was really as simple as they said. So I did it myself. So I watched the videos in between mom life and the 3 other things I was working. I set it up and got it ready in 2 days. So I was posting little stories on Facebook, because that's where I was at, sharing about what I found, what I was doing. And then I took a 7-day launch to profit strategy that we give you. I followed it step by step. Day 1, post this. Day 2, post that. Day 3, post that. I did that for 2 weeks straight. On day 14, I made a sale. That was a $900 sale. The next day I made 0. Day 16, I made 900. Day 17, I made 900. Day 18, I made 900. Then I went a week or two without sales. Then I had more $900 sales. Then I went a week without sales. Then I had sales again. Then I went a couple days without sales. Then I had a couple months that I went without sales. I'm just being transparent with you all. I went a few months without sales because I started trying to be like other people in my community who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I thought if I could be like them, then I'll make that too. So I stopped being Carrie and showing up as authentically me, and I was trying to recreate what they were doing. I share that with you so you don't make the same mistake I did. See, I didn't trust that my story was enough. I didn't trust myself enough. And so I was like, God's like, yep, I can't bless who you're not being. Like, you're not being you. I can't bless that. So I had to surrender that and get back to being who I was, trusting in myself, allowing God to lead me, and boom, sales started happening again. Because I was showing up as me, allowing people to connect to me, to my story. Right? So that's the beautiful part, guys. It could take you a day. It could take you 14 days. It could take you 30 days. It could take you 60 days. It is all dependent on you. Are you showing up? Are you plugging into the daily videos? Are you actually going through the training in the program so you know how to create your own content the right way to attract customers? Are you copying other people? Or are you putting your blinders on and you're following step by step? Sometimes you may have to watch some of those training videos 2 or 3 times. I've watched some of them 7 times. I kid you not. Because I wanted to keep getting better and better, because I knew the foundation of a successful business is how to market. If you don't know how to market, i.e. get eyeballs on what you have, you won't have a business and you'll struggle. So the foundation is you got to understand who your perfect customer is, your story, and then start taking the framework of how to creating your videos and plugging in that info, and then hit record. And then you keep doing it. And then as you start getting people engaging, like, okay, that video got engagement. They responded to my call to action. I'm going to double down on that video. I'm going to try to keep recreating it. So you focus on what is working. And if you're going weeks and nobody's commenting, then we need to make a pivot with your message, because we need to tweak it a little bit. Because maybe you're rattling on, or there's a lot of so what's in there. Does that make sense? So the whole foundation is to get really good with your story, your message, because that's the foundation of marketing. Does that make sense, guys? So I have people in the community who on day 1, they had 3 sales, because they were literally creating stories on Facebook, the little story thing that goes away in 24 hours. They were sharing like that they found this, that they didn't have the money, but they were going to go see what they could sell on Marketplace and raise the money. So they just shared what they were doing, literally. So people, their followers were like seeing their stories and like, oh, and they were like intrigued and interested. Then she shared like, I'm up, I'm running. Oh my gosh, I'm doing it. People asking for information, they went and they bought. She wasn't selling anything. She was just sharing her story and her journey, what she found, what she's hoping for. She just shared her life. And that attracted people in. This is not, oh my gosh, I have to have just the right rest. I have to say the right thing. No, it's you being you and speaking from your heart. When you mess up, okay, you guys, I started trying to be like everybody else. And let me tell you something, my sales hurt. You know why? Because nobody can connect with me because I wasn't being me. Don't make the same mistake I did. Boom. That creates relatability. Sharing your mess ups, right? Sharing your pitfalls, sharing your highs and your lows. This is what people connect with. People crave connection. So you have to be willing just to share life. Does that make sense? So those are the top 3 questions that I get, you guys. Now, I'm ready for your questions. So who wants to be first? If you got questions, like I said, drop them in the chat, or there's that react button at the very bottom of your screen. Click on it and it says raise hand. Just click on that and we'll raise your hand, okay? Now, if you don't have any questions, that's okay too, because that's what I love about this business. Like, there's not a lot to learn, y'all. It's really that simple. The 2-hour workday, it's really that simple, right? But let me know in the comments. Do anybody have questions, yes or no? Because I want to make sure I answer them for you, okay? I did have some people ask about payment plans. There is a payment plan option, okay, that you can do. And hello, my friend. If you're driving, I get it. If you want to unmute, you can unmute in chat.
Hi, Carrie. Sorry, I'm driving. Yeah, I'm from the appointment. So the 2 hours, do you have a specific time you have to do it, or you can do it at any hour you want to do?
Any time that works for you. Like right now, I'm doing a
All right.
Q&A. This is
All
this
right.
is like this is not part of my workday, right? This is not this is something I do because I was somebody who had questions, and it meant a lot to me that I had someone who was willing to answer my questions, and that's why I do these. I want to be that person for you. Um, but like before I hopped on here, I literally picked up my phone and I recorded 3 videos, like within the matter of 3 minutes. I wrapped out my videos that are done. All I have to do is do a quick edit and post them. I'm going to go live later on. After I do some stuff with the kids, I'll go live. And then later on, I'll check emails and messages. So it fits my lifestyle. So when I have a moment, I sit down and I do my stuff. So no, it's whatever works for you. The only thing I tend to be consistent on time wise is my lives, because that's where it fits in my schedule, because I have other businesses that I've started because of this, right? So I find out where it fits best for me, especially with summer and the kids, home. And that's when I go live. Yeah. So like literally I could be in the car driving and I have my phone, on the dash, whatever. And then I open up TikTok and I put the 15-second timer on and I hit it and I'm just driving, looking out the window, just doing my thing. And now I have a clip and I can just use that and put text on the screen. So like everything's content, everything. You just have your phone on and just record it. So you always have something that you can take and turn it into content and post it. Yeah. Yep. And that's what I love about this is I've had things where I've had to make my life fit around my business versus my business fitting around my life. And now I have a business that fits around my life versus vice versa. My personal training business, I worked 14-hour days in it. And I needed the money because if I didn't work, I didn't make money. So I made it work. Like I got to be with my kids, but I was still working 14-hour days. So this, I can be anywhere. I wake up to sales. I'm in, Walgreens parking lot. I have sales come in. I'm out walking the dog and I have a sale come in, because your business runs for you 24/7. Your content going live, the copy and paste free ads, that is to get you discovered and what you have offered. The whole purpose of social media doesn't care how many followers you have. You can make money having 100 followers. Your followers don't matter because your followers don't pay the bills. It matters if you're creating a connection and engagement to where they're asking you for information. And the whole goal is to get people into your email, right? Because I correspond with you guys via email. It's how you know I have these Zooms. It's how you know I have the webinars. You get the replay access, right? You get to connect with me and email me and get on calls like this because you're in my email. So email is really important, and that's what we teach you how to build, because you don't own your followers, but you do own your email list. Yeah. Any other questions, my friends? Monica, do you have any questions, my friend? You can feel free to come off mute or you can type it in the chat. If not, that's okay too. This is just for you guys to get your questions answered. But about the payment plans.
So, Carrie, a second question.
Yeah.
For the content, you can do it both in Facebook and TikTok, whatever I want to post it, right?
Yep, we will teach you every single social media platform: Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, IG, Reels, stories. Like we give you trainings on all of it. So we have a lot of like the setup, like inside your program. This is where like all the setup happens, like connecting your payment gateways, connecting your website with your domain. That's like all the technical stuff. And then we'll walk you through the foundation of, again, who's your perfect customer, which is, it's just you. It's just a younger version of you. Like it's you before you bought your program. Where were you at? What were you going through? What did you want? Why did you buy? That type of thing. That's who you're talking to, just a younger version of you. So we walk you through how to pull this stuff out. And then inside the community, we have additional trainings that we've done, right? And they're housed over there. So you have like a wealth of information and the skills, the strategies, the mentorship, the coaching, the live calls that you could ever possibly need to build a wildly successful business. But yeah, I like to point people when they start. I send you a couple emails and then I send you like the foundations of like, hey, this is where I started. After I finished this, I went here. And after that, I went here. That way you don't get too overwhelmed because there is so much information, but it is set up to go step by step by step by step inside your program. The community is different. The program is where you get access to the foundations that you need to get your business up and launched. So I kind of help direct you guys to cut down that learning curve of where to go after you've completed one of the steps. And that way you have a nice flow. It can get up and get going. Alicia signed up just a couple days ago. She got in the community. She's already getting her website almost done. She's ready to start creating her videos to start attracting customers.
Also, about the video I watched earlier, they said you can do a faceless. How do you do that one?
Yeah, so faceless, let me do this. Hang on, So we have like some trainings on there inside the community, and then inside your program, we give you this huge PDF that walks you through how to do faceless content. Whether it's just posts you're doing, whether it's videos you're doing. I will say this, faceless is not going to generate you the amount of income that Face Forward will as easily. Doesn't mean you can't do it, does not mean you can't be successful and see $900 sales. But it takes longer to build that know, like, and trust if someone can't see your face or if they cannot hear your voice. Does that make sense? Because that's the biggest thing, is people want to see your face. That's how people connect, right? You guys connected with me because you saw me on live or in my content, right? You heard my voice, you got to know me. And that's the big thing here. So let me pull this up for you. Hang on. I'm going to share my screen, you guys. Share. This one. Okay, if you can see my screen, will you give me like a thumb up or put a thumb up in the comments or something so I know you guys can see this? Because this is the program. It's housed on Kajabi. Now, I have a whole bunch of programs because I got the Legacy Builder, and it comes with all four. So inside your bonuses, I want to say it's in here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so right here. Michelle, do you see it says Invisible Empire Faceless Marketing? So we walk you through how to create it, how to build a faceless brand, also Canva. You get access to all this for free. They're bonuses. But also inside of our community, let me pull it up real quick. Dun, dun, dun. So this is the community. That's a private community. The only way you get in here is if you purchase one of the 4 programs. Okay. So in here, like I can search, if I go into the community and I search faceless, and then there's so much more that comes up. So if I look in the classroom, all this additional trainings on faceless videos, how to build a compelling brand, how to use our community for growth, how to create engagement, like everything for faceless content. Okay. So there's additional trainings in here. There's also inside the community, 1,000 people have shared about doing faceless, right? So there's people that do a combination of face forward and then faceless. I do 5 to 7 second videos where I'm not talking, but my picture's there, it's me. So people are able to connect with me still. Like I just did one actually where it was faceless. So I'm going to see if you guys can, I don't know if you guys can see it. So I just did one, I did a B-roll. This is basically, I was out paddleboarding with my daughter and our friends, and I just took a video of the scenery because it's beautiful. And I just used it as one of my 5 to 7 second videos. And I already have people commenting, asking for more information. So you totally can do faceless, but it will take a little bit longer potentially for you to build that know, like, and trust factor. Okay. And that's where people move from, can I trust you, to, okay, I'm ready to buy, is building that know, like, and trust. I got to move because I got to plug my computer in. It's ready to die. But we'll walk you through the faceless for sure. Any other questions, my friends?
All right, so talk about the payments plan.
Okay, yeah, so the payment plans, there's a payment plan on my website. It doesn't matter which program, whether it's the 100, the 3, the 6, or the 900, there's installment plan options. So it's through Afterpay. So that's because I offer Square, and Square is only connected with Afterpay, and Afterpay does the installment plan. So you can apply through Afterpay. They do 4 interest-free installments of like $225, and that's on the 900. Now, some people are like, that's too high of an installment plan for me. So email me, and I have 4 other payment plan option companies. You just have to apply directly through them for approval. And once you get approved, they'll give you a virtual like card, like a credit card, right? And you just put that virtual card, like if you're using your own debit card or credit card, you put the numbers inside my website for the program you want to buy. And then you end up paying the installments back to that company. Does that make sense? Just like if you have a credit card, right? And I have a Capital One credit card. So if I go take my Capital One credit card and I put it in to buy Legacy Builder, Capital One just paid Legacy Builder for me, right? Now I'm going to make payments to Capital One to pay off that $900 I just charged. It's the same idea. So I send out a little video walkthrough tutorial for you, as well as the 4 different companies. One of them, Affirm, is the best one to go through. 99% of people get approved. And then they have multiple repayment plan options. You can do, 4 interest repayments. You can do 6 payments. You can do 6 months. You can do 12 months. So there's all those options for you on there. You just apply through them, and then you just take what you're approved for, the card info, plug it into the website to get the program you want, and then you're good to go. And then you just start making them in payment plans back to that company. I encourage people to do that if they can instead of a credit card, unless you have a 0 interest credit card. Just because, now this is only if you're in the States that the payment plan options, because currency doesn't transfer countries. But like Affirm, Klarna, you can usually get a lower interest rate if you're doing a longer repayment term than you would if you did a credit card, right? Sometimes credit cards are ridiculous for their interest rates. And so those guys are cheaper and will help build your credit. So if you need those, just email me and I'll send them over to you. But I'll show you guys real quick. I got to go pop off and take my daughter. She needs to go get some paint for her project. So let me go here. Let's think about this. Where am I going? I'm going to go here. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen? This is the website. So if you're on the website, let's see. There it is. Here it is. Okay. So this is Legacy Builder right here at the top. There's the orange button. So if you click on yes, get access to Legacy, it's going to ask you to put your information in. Okay. So on this screen, we're asked for information. This lime green button is where you click to apply with Afterpay, the payment plan. So you click on the lime green button. It's going to open up. And again, you're going to plug your information in. Okay. And then you're going to see right here, Afterpay shows $225. Okay. Or 4 interest-free payments. Now, if you're like, Carrie, $225 is a little out of my budget. You're just going to email me and I'm going to send you those other payment plan options. So what happens is this. Say you use another payment plan option, you get approved. So what's going to happen is, let me walk you back through. What happens is you're like, okay, you got approved for the $900. They gave you a virtual card with the card number, expiration date, right? You're going to come back to Legacy. If you're getting that one, you're going to put your information in. Now you're going to click the blue button, because they're paying the full amount for you. So you click on the blue button. Well, it won't let me now because I didn't fill my information in. But basically, I would fill my information in, click on the blue button. It would take me to the payment screen where I would input that card number that the company gave me. Okay, and then you check out. Now, after you pay for it, whatever program you get, so if you get the Legacy and you pay for it, as soon as you click the submit button, it's going to take you to the next screen, like it says down here. Up next, secure your access with a one-time $39 website fee. Remember I talked about that $39 fee. You're going to go and pay that. That $39 website fee is what triggers the email to you. You get 2 emails. One to get access to the community. Second one is to get access to your website and to the program so you can set everything up. Okay? So that $39 has to be paid. Now, I want to say this. Access to our community is free, but whatever name you put in and email on this checkout page needs to match, because you're going to get that email to get access. But if your name and your email don't match, they will not give you access, because we get too many scammers coming into the community. So which means you just need to let me know, hey, Carrie, I used, maybe my maiden name because that's what was on my credit card. And I used my other email address. You just need to send me what you use so I can email admin and have them give you access. Does that make sense? I just had Alicia that happened to her because she used a different last name because her card was under her maiden name versus her married name. So I had to send that to our admin in the community so they could grant her access. They're very strict, you guys, on purpose to protect us in the community. So we don't get people in there trying to fish and try to sell you guys stuff that's not legit and try to use the community to scam people, right? So we really are careful of who's, making sure all the information matches before you get access. Okay. So access can take 12 to 24 hours, depending on the time of day you join in on the program. Okay. So let me stop sharing here. Okay. Any other questions on that, guys? Or are we good? Okay. Well, if we're good, guys, and I'm going to have this for recording. So it will go out in the next 12 to 24 hours. I'm going to download it and put it up on my YouTube and then send you guys the link so you can watch it. Okay, so you can go back. So I know came in a little bit late, so that way you can hear those other common questions. But guys, I did offer this yesterday on my live. I did have 2 spots left to help cover some of these smaller costs, right? There's 3 costs to start your business. One is your program. One is for the website of $39, and then you'll need to get a professional email and domain, which we walk you through how to do that. Never get it in advance. But that domain and professional email costs me $44 for the year. So I want to help cover your website and your domain cost. Okay. I'm going to send $88 to you. That's for those of you who want to start with a legacy builder. That's where I'm offering at, because that means you are in it to win it and you put skin in the game and you're willing to show up, right? Because if you're here, it's because you're willing to do that 2-hour workday. You're willing to be coachable, to plug in. So I have 2 spots that I will offer. If you guys want one of those, that's just for today. So if you want to do that, whether it's the payment plan or a pay in full, it does not matter. Okay. But you just need to email me so I can keep an eye on my inbox so I can get your PayPal, Zelle, or Venmo info and send you guys that $88 back. And you can use that for your first installment. You can use it for the website or the domain fees. It's up to you. That's just a little gift back to you guys. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Or are we good?
Thank you so much for your time.
Yes. Of course, my friend. Of
I
course.
truly appreciate it.
Yeah. And if, like I said, if you have something comes up after you hop off, you're like, oh, wait, I forgot to ask this. Just email me. Just email me and I'll respond a little bit
All
later.
right, good.
Okay, guys. Well, have a blessed day and I will see you guys online.